Do you have a gym membership card in your wallet that you haven't used in the last 3 months? Or maybe a pair of brand new running shoes in your closet, still without a single speck of mud on them? Have you noticed there are people around you who go to the gym every day, look incredibly fit, and it's not just the gym. Their work, their relationships, their entire lives seem to run with an incredible sense of discipline? And then there's you, starting every Monday with a burst of energy, only to lose all motivation by Wednesday and fall back into the same old routine. Your days are filled with guilt, and your tasks pile up, unfinished. Why does this happen? This procrastination. Where does it come from? Why can't we finish what we start? While searching for answers, people often type into YouTube, "Why you never finish anything?" Today, we're not just going to find the answer to that question. We're going to find the solution. On this journey, I'm going to tell you a story that might just change the way you think forever. If this story already feels like it's about you, then stay with me by giving this video a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's next. Because today's video could be the key to finally finishing those unwritten chapters of your life. Let me introduce you to Ethan. He's a 27-year-old software developer living in Chicago. Ethan is a good person. He's talented, and he dreams big. But the greatest tragedy of his life is his lack of self-discipline, which means he can never finish anything. Every morning, Ethan goes to the office and sees his colleague, Michael. Michael is the kind of person who inspires both envy and admiration. He goes to the gym at 6 a.m., arrives at the office by 7 a.m., bursting with energy, finishes projects before the deadline, and goes home with a smile. Looking at Michael, Ethan used to think he must have some kind of superpower because Michael wasn't just physically strong, he was mentally unshakable. And Ethan? At the start of every new year, Ethan buys a membership to one of the most expensive gyms in America. He buys premium protein powder, the latest Nike outfits. For the first 3 days, he goes to the gym and works out like a madman for 2 hours straight. He stands in front of the mirror, flexing, thinking, "That's it. I'm going to change everything in 1 month." But on the 4th day, his entire body is screaming in pain, and it's freezing cold outside. He tells himself, "I'll just rest today. My body needs it. I'll start again tomorrow with double the energy." But that tomorrow never comes. The gym bag remains in the corner of his room, slowly gathering a layer of dust. This failure at the gym doesn't just stay at the gym. It spreads like a toxic virus into his mind. When he sits at his desk at work, a voice inside his head constantly whispers, "You couldn't even take care of your own body. How are you ever going to finish the coding for this complex project?" He starts to see himself as a failure. As a result, Ethan leaves his work projects half done. His bills are paid late, his apartment is a mess, and he doesn't reply to his friends' messages. Ethan feels like his life is a half-eaten sandwich, with no sense of completion. He felt physically weak and mentally defeated. Ethan's problem isn't just laziness. Behind it lies the psychology of procrastination and a deep conspiracy orchestrated by our own brains. Let's understand this in detail. First, the dopamine trap. When Ethan thought about going to the gym, he imagined himself looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Chris Hemsworth. This fantasy gave him a huge rush of dopamine, a chemical that makes us feel pleasure and excitement. Our brain loves this novelty high. But when he actually went to the gym and found that lifting weights was hard, that he was out of breath, that dopamine rush crashed. Reality wasn't as glamorous as the fantasy. His brain then said, "This is too hard. Let's quit. Let's go home and watch Netflix." That's easy pleasure. In a first world country like America, we are surrounded by easy pleasure. Fast food, social media, gaming, it's all just a click away. So when we try to do something even slightly difficult, our brain rebels, leading to a lack of motivation. Ethan wasn't failing at the gym. He was losing a battle against his own brain. Second, the fear of failure and the fear of success. It sounds strange, but it's true. Ethan was afraid to finish things because he feared his work might not be good enough. What if I go to the gym regularly, but my body doesn't change? What if people laugh at me? These thoughts paralyzed him. And strangely, he also feared success, because success brings new responsibilities and the pressure of expectations. If I get fit, I'll have to maintain it for the rest of my life. That's even more pressure. So, he preferred to stay in a safe but miserable state of incompletion. Third, perfectionism. This was Ethan's biggest enemy. He believed that if he was going to work out, it had to be for 2 hours every day, or it was pointless. If he was going on a diet, it had to be 100% perfect, not even a single slice of pizza allowed. Because of this all-or-nothing mindset, on days he couldn't manage a 2-hour workout, he wouldn't go to the gym at all. His brain thought, "If I can't do it perfectly, I shouldn't do it at all." He didn't understand that done is better than perfect. One evening, Ethan was sitting in a coffee shop with his laptop. An unfinished project stared back at him, and his mind was filled with despair. That's when Marcus walked in. Marcus was a 55-year-old retired Army officer, still built like steel, with a strange sense of peace in his eyes. He was a regular at the coffee shop and had often seen Ethan sitting there, looking lost. Marcus sat down at Ethan's table, looked him straight in the eye, and said, "You look like you're tired of fighting with yourself." Ethan couldn't hold it in anymore. He told Marcus about his vicious cycle of the inability to finish what he starts, his failure at the gym, the unfinished projects at work, and the self-hatred he felt. He said, "I want to be strong like Michael. I want to finish my work, but I just can't." Marcus smiled, a calm, profound smile. He said, "Ethan, your problem is that you're trying to climb Mount Everest on day one, and when you can't, you blame yourself. You're looking at Michael at the end of his 5-year journey and comparing it to your day one." Marcus took a sip of his coffee and said, "From today, I want you to forget about working out." Ethan was stunned. "What do you mean?" Marcus said, "For the next 30 days, you will not go to the gym to work out. You will go to the gym just to show up. Your target is only 5 minutes a day." Yes, you heard me right. Just 5 minutes. Marcus explained to him the principle of the power of showing up. It's similar to the core idea in the book Atomic Habits, breaking down a big goal into habits so small they are atomic. He said, "You have to trick your brain. When you think about a 2-hour workout, your brain rebels. But when you tell it, 'Hey, let's just go for a 5-minute walk,' the brain doesn't put up a fight, because 5 minutes is nothing." The next day, Ethan went to the gym. He didn't lift any heavy weights. He just walked on the treadmill for 5 minutes and then left. The whole thing felt ridiculous to him. Just 5 minutes? What good would that do? But something strange happened. As he walked out of the gym, for the first time, he felt no guilt. Instead, he thought, "Well, at least I showed up today. I kept my word to myself." This tiny victory gave him a different kind of mental energy. The second day, he stayed for 7 minutes, just doing stretches. The third day, 10 minutes. Marcus had taught him, Ethan, in the beginning stage of habit formation, consistency is more important than intensity. When you go to the gym every day, even for just 5 minutes, you are programming a new identity into your brain. You are telling yourself, I am the kind of person who keeps his promises. I am the kind of person who goes to the gym every day. After 1 week, Ethan noticed he no longer felt lazy about going to the gym. His brain knew the task was only 10 minutes. There's no pain in 10 minutes. And somewhere along the way, those 10 minutes became 15, then 20, then 30, without him even realizing it. He was no longer working out for the result. He had fallen in love with the process. This one habit of going to the gym created a magical change in Ethan's life, a phenomenon psychologists call the ripple effect. One positive habit creates a wave that positively impacts other areas of your life. When Ethan started sweating it out at the gym every morning, his body released endorphins, the feel-good hormones. He started to feel physically powerful. He'd look at his muscles in the mirror and think, I am strong. I can endure hardship. Matter, my nous. We're look at his muscles, live ren stain. We're really do the my nous. This feeling became Ethan's real superpower. When he returned from the gym and sat down at his desk, those difficult, unfinished projects no longer scared him. He would think, the man who lifted 100 pounds this morning can't finish this piece of code? Of course, he can. His productivity skyrocketed. He stopped leaving things for later, because at the gym, he had learned that you have to finish what you start, one set at a time. That 10-minute habit at the gym disciplined him for the 8-hour workday. He noticed his apartment was now clean. His journal was no longer empty. He was writing down his goals. His colleagues started looking at him with surprise. One day, Michael came up to him and said, Man, you are on fire. What's your secret? Ethan just smiled. He knew the secret wasn't a magic pill. The secret was the daily process of breaking himself down and rebuilding himself, one small step at a time. By building these small wins, you create an unstoppable momentum that carries you through bigger challenges. He no longer compared himself to others, because he knew he was finally becoming his own hero. Friends, Ethan's story isn't just a story. It's a proven truth based on neuroscience and human psychology. When we look at a huge task, our brain gets scared. This is called overwhelm. But when we break that task into tiny pieces, like 5 or 10 minutes, the brain no longer sees it as a threat. You might be a student with a mountain of syllabus to cover, or a content creator who can't finish editing a video, or a business owner who can't get the accounts in order. Your problem isn't your inability to do the work. Your problem is that you're trying to climb the whole mountain at once. You just don't know how to be consistent, and that's the skill you've been missing. Make a decision today. Pick that one unfinished task and commit to working on it for just 5 minutes. Just 5. If you don't feel like going to the gym, just put on your shoes and walk to the gym's front door. If you don't feel like studying, just open the book and stare at it for 5 minutes. Trust me, the mental barrier to starting is bigger than the task itself. Once you get past that 5-minute mark, the powerful person inside of you will wake up. Ethan is now a successful lead developer. He runs marathons. He is no longer the man who left everything halfway, because he has learned that the peace of finishing is 1,000 times more satisfying than the excitement of starting. The unfinished chapters of your life do not define you. You can, on any day, at any moment, decide to fill those empty pages. Just start with 5 minutes. Friends, subscribe to this channel, because here, every week, we bring motivational videos that can change your life and beautify your mindset. We believe that with the right guidance, anyone can become the best version of themselves. We bring one new video every week, just for you. And yes, are you working hard in life, but not getting the success you deserve? Do you feel like something is wrong somewhere? Then watch the video that's appearing on your screen right now. The key to your next big success might be hidden in that video. Click it, and I'll see you there. Thank you.